You wake up in the morning with that thirst, grab your ice-cold glass of water and chug it all down, thinking you're doing your body a favor. You carry your water bottle everywhere, sip it during meals. And down those 2 liters a day everyone says is the magic number. But what if I told you the way you're drinking water might actually be worsening your fatty liver? What if I told you millions of people are making this mistake every single day, unknowingly sabotaging their own health? You're probably feeling confused right now because since you were a kid, you've been taught that water is life, that you need to drink plenty of it to stay healthy. And that's true, but there's a crucial detail nobody told you, a secret that might be turning this healthy habit into a silent enemy of your liver. I know how you feel, that sensation of doing everything right, but not seeing results. The weight that won't budge, the fatigue that lingers, that discomfort on your right side that never seems to improve. You follow the advice, drink water, try to eat better, but the ultrasound keeps showing that fatty liver and you wonder what you're doing wrong. There is a study recently published in the Journal of Hepatology that revealed something alarming. More than 60% of people with fatty liver are drinking water in a way that completely hinders their liver's ability to regenerate and process accumulated fat. 60%. That means 6 out of every 10 people with fatty liver are making their condition worse without realizing it, simply by how they drink their water. And the worst part is, this information isn't making its way into doctors' offices. Consultations are short, there are thousands of other pieces of advice to give, and medicine is still uncovering these connections. I'm a doctor specializing in liver diseases, and for over 15 years, I've been treating people with fatty liver. It's only in the last few years that I've started to understand this link between how people drink water and the worsening of their fatty liver. And when I began advising my patients differently, the results were incredible. Let me tell you something that will make a huge difference in your liver recovery journey. I created this channel because I saw thousands of people suffering, unaware that there are small but fundamental details that make all the difference in treating fatty liver. I know you don't just want to hear you have fatty liver and leave with a generic prescription. You want to understand what's happening inside your body. You want solutions that actually work. You want to take back control of your health. And that's exactly what I do here every week. I bring you the latest research, the information that hasn't yet reached most doctors' practices. I explain the mechanisms, the details, the secrets that make the difference between staying stuck with the problem and finally reversing fatty liver. Subscribe to the channel now and hit that notification bell because you deserve access to this knowledge. You deserve someone who genuinely cares about guiding you on this journey. Don't put it off, because every day that passes with fatty liver is another day of inflammation, of risk of progressing to something more serious. You're not alone in this, and I'll be here with you every step of the way through this recovery. Now, before I reveal exactly what mistake you're making when you drink water, I need to tell you about Marcia's story. Marcia is 42 years old, a teacher, and a mother of 2. She's always been the type of person who's mindful of her health. She ate well, avoided fried foods, and didn't drink soda. About 3 years ago, she started feeling a different kind of tired. It wasn't the normal end-of-day fatigue. It was an exhaustion that didn't go away even after 10 hours of sleep. She felt a heaviness on the right side of her abdomen. Her clothes started feeling tighter around her waist, and she went to the doctor. The ultrasound showed grade 2 fatty liver. Marcia was devastated because she thought she was doing everything right. Her doctor recommended diet and exercise, and she followed it to the letter. She bought a 1-liter water bottle and started drinking it religiously. She drank during meals to aid digestion, drank before bed to avoid dehydration, and drank first thing in the morning to cleanse her system. After 6 months of doing everything by the book, she went back to the doctor, excited, certain the fat would have decreased, but the ultrasound showed that her fatty liver had progressed to grade 3 and her liver enzymes were even higher. Marcia cried in the doctor's office. She couldn't understand what was happening because she was following all the advice, including drinking tons of water like everyone says you should. What no one had explained to Marcia is that there's a right timing for drinking water when you have fatty liver. There's a right amount, a right temperature, and most importantly, a moment. When drinking water can completely disrupt your liver's detoxification and regeneration process. Did you know your liver works in cycles? That there are times of the day when it's focused on processing nutrients, other times when it's eliminating toxins, and other times when it's regenerating. And if you drink water at the wrong times, you interrupt these cycles, you dilute your digestive juices, you interfere with the concentration of liver enzymes, you literally sabotage your own liver's work. Now, I need to ask you a question, and I want you to be completely honest with me, because your answer could help thousands of people watching this video right now. When you drink water, do you stop to think about how you're drinking it? Or do you just drink when you're thirsty, drink during meals, drink before bed without a second thought? Have you ever felt that way, like you're doing everything right but not seeing results? That frustration of following medical advice, but your fatty liver isn't going down. I know how hard it is to stay motivated when you don't see progress, when it feels like nothing works for you. So, I want you to comment below. Use these words if you like. I drink water wrong and need help. Don't be ashamed. Don't feel judged. This is a safe space where thousands of people are going through exactly the same thing you are. When you comment, you're showing other people they're not alone in this fight. You're creating a wave of support, strength, and hope. Comment now because I read every single comment personally, and your story matters. Every story you share here could be the light someone needed to keep going. Let me break down what happens inside your body when you drink water the wrong way. Your liver is like a 24/7 chemical factory. It processes everything you eat and drink, produces bile to digest fats, filters toxins from your blood, regulates sugar, stores vitamins. It performs over 500 different functions. And to do all this efficiently, it needs a very specific chemical environment. When you drink a lot of water during meals, you dilute your stomach acid and bile. This slows down and makes the entire digestive process less efficient. Food sits in your stomach longer, ferments, produces gas, and when it finally reaches your intestines, it's only partially digested. That means your liver has to work overtime to process those nutrients. And when the liver is overloaded, it starts accumulating fat because it can't handle everything coming its way. There's more. When you drink ice-cold water, especially on an empty stomach or right after eating, you create a thermal shock to your digestive system. Your stomach and liver work best at around 98. 6 degrees Celsius, 37 Fahrenheit. When you pour icy water in there, you chill the whole system, reducing enzymatic activity and making digestion even harder. It's like throwing cold water on a campfire that needs to stay hot to cook your food. The fire doesn't go out completely, but it loses its strength, its efficiency. The result is your liver has to work twice as hard to get the job done. And there's another mistake almost everyone makes, drinking water right before bed. You think you're hydrating your body for the night, but what you're actually doing is forcing your kidneys and liver to work all night long. The night, especially between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., is when your liver should be focused on regenerating, clearing out toxins accumulated during the day, and processing stored fat. But if you drank a lot of water before bed, your liver has to process all that water, filter it, eliminate it, and it doesn't have time for the deep clean it needs. This is why many people wake up with that bad taste in their mouth, a coated tongue, and feeling tired even after sleeping. The liver couldn't do its job overnight. Let me tell you another story that perfectly illustrates this. Roberto is 55, works an office job, and is pretty sedentary. He found out he had fatty liver disease along with pre-diabetes. His doctor told him to drink 2 liters of water a day, and Roberto took it so seriously that he set phone alarms to remind him to drink water every hour. He'd wake up and chug a big glass of ice-cold water, drink water during breakfast, mid-morning, lunch, afternoon, dinner, and another glass before bed. He was proud of himself, drinking almost 3 liters of water a day. But his test results got worse. His TGO and TGP enzymes went up, the ultrasound showed more fat, and he felt increasingly bloated, retaining water, with that distended belly that wouldn't go away even with dieting. Roberto couldn't understand. He was drinking water, eating less, trying to take care of himself, but he was getting worse. That's when he came to me, and I explained the correct hydration protocol for someone with fatty liver. In 3 months, just by changing how he drank water without altering anything else in his diet, his liver enzymes were cut in half, the bloating decreased, and he started losing weight. It sounds like magic, but it's science. It's understanding how your body works and working with it, not against it. So, what's the right way to drink water when you have fatty liver? First, you need to understand that quantity isn't everything. It's no use forcing down 2 or 3 liters if your body doesn't need it. The amount of water you need depends on your weight, activity level, the climate you live in, and your diet. If you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, you're already getting water from your food. If you sweat a lot, you need more water. But most people with fatty liver need around 1.5 liters to 2 liters of water a day. And that includes water from food and other unsweetened beverages like tea. Second, timing is crucial. You should drink most of your water between meals, never during. The ideal is to drink water at least 30 minutes before eating and wait at least an hour after eating to drink water again. This ensures you won't dilute your digestive juices, that digestion will happen efficiently, and that your liver will have the resources it needs to process nutrients correctly. In the morning, when you wake up, you can have a glass of water, but it doesn't need to be cold or a full liter. A glass of room temperature water is enough to rehydrate your body after the night. Throughout the day, drink small amounts of water when you feel thirsty, but always between meals. Third, temperature matters. Room temperature or slightly warm water is much better for your liver than ice-cold water. If you have trouble drinking warm water, at least let it reach room temperature before you drink it. This will prevent thermal shock to your digestive system and allow enzymes to work at their ideal temperature. Some people even benefit from drinking warm water with lemon in the morning. But this is a detail you should discuss with your doctor, as it can be beneficial or not, depending on your condition. Fourth, avoid drinking water in the 2 hours before bed. If you feel thirsty at night, take only small sips, just enough to moisten your mouth, but don't fill your stomach with water. This will allow your liver to focus on regeneration during the night, which is the most important time for the organ's recovery. Many of my patients report that when they stop drinking water before bed, they wake up with more energy, less bloating, and with the feeling that their body truly rested during the night. Quinto, pay attention to the quality of your water. If you drink tap water, consider using a filter because many tap waters contain chlorine, excess fluoride, and even heavy metals that further burden the liver. Good quality bottled water or filtered water are the best options. And be careful with flavored waters, sparkling waters, and especially those waters with added vitamins or minerals, because they often contain sugar, artificial sweeteners, or preservatives that will worsen fatty liver. Now you might be wondering, what about those recommendations to drink water for weight loss? To drink water before meals to eat less? To drink a lot of water to detoxify the body? Look, these recommendations can work for some people in some situations, but when you have fatty liver, when you have an organ that is already compromised, overloaded, inflamed, these generic recommendations can worsen your condition. A healthy person's liver can handle variations, can adapt, but a liver with steatosis needs specific care, needs a protocol adjusted to its condition. I'll tell you another case that shows how small changes make a difference. Ana Luisa is 38 years old, has metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, and grade 2 hepatic steatosis. She followed that famous advice of drinking a glass of water before each meal to eat less. And indeed, she ate less. But her liver enzymes were sky high, and she felt very unwell after meals, with gas, heartburn, that heavy stomach feeling. When she changed and started drinking water 30 minutes before meals, and stopped drinking during and right after eating, she noticed her digestion improved completely. The gas decreased, the heartburn disappeared, and in 2 months her TGO and TGP enzymes dropped from 120 to 60. She didn't change her diet. She didn't start exercising more, she just adjusted how she drank water, and that made all the difference. Another question I get a lot is about teas and other beverages. Teas without sugar, especially green teas, hibiscus teas, boldo teas, can be beneficial for the liver, but they don't replace pure water. You can include teas in your routine, but the base of your hydration should be pure water. And be careful with juices, even natural juices, because they contain natural fruit sugar, and when you have fatty liver, you need to control sugar intake from all sources, including fruits. A small glass of natural juice once in a while won't kill you, but don't use juice as your primary form of hydration. And what to do if you feel very thirsty all the time. This can be a sign that your blood sugar is out of control, that you have advanced insulin resistance, or even that you already have diabetes. Excessive thirst is not normal, and you should investigate this with your doctor. Often, when a person starts controlling their intake of refined carbohydrates and sugars, excessive thirst naturally decreases because the body is no longer trying to dilute excess glucose in the blood. Let me give you a practical summary so you don't forget. If you have fatty liver, you should drink around 1.5 to 2 liters of water per day, spread throughout the day, always between meals. Drink water at room temperature or slightly warm, never cold. Avoid drinking water 30 minutes before meals and 1 hour after meals. Avoid drinking water 2 hours before bed. Choose good quality, filtered or bottled water, and pay attention to your body's signals. If you are urinating very clear, almost transparent, you might be drinking too much water. Ideal urine has a light yellow color. If it's too dark, you need to drink more water. If it's transparent, you might be drinking too much and overloading your kidneys and liver. Now, if you're wondering how long it takes to see results by changing how you drink water, the answer is that it depends on each person. Some of my patients report improved digestion, less bloating, and more energy in 1 or 2 weeks. Liver enzyme tests can start to improve in 1 to 3 months. And fatty liver measured by ultrasound can take 6 months to a year to decrease significantly, depending on other factors like diet, exercise, weight control, and medication use if necessary. But remember, drinking water the right way is just one piece of the puzzle. You won't reverse fatty liver just by changing how you drink water. You need a complete approach, which includes a diet low in refined carbohydrates and sugars, rich in quality protein and good fats, regular physical exercise, stress management, adequate sleep, and regular medical follow-up. But this piece of the puzzle, the correct way to drink water, is a piece that many people ignore, and that can make a huge difference in your results. If you have fatty liver, give this video a like now because it helps more people find this information. Comment below what your biggest hydration challenge is, whether you drink water during meals, if you drink cold water, if you have trouble drinking water. I want to know about your experience because every comment here is an opportunity for learning for the whole community. And if you know someone who has fatty liver, who is struggling